All right, happy Tuesday. Oh, actually, yeah, it is Tuesday, right? No, it's
I
Wednesday.
was counting Wednesday, but
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me on a special Wednesday. I'm not usually here on Wednesday, but I have a special guest, and welcome to Docs Who Rock. Our special guest is Dr. Jarrett. I'm so happy to have him, and he is coming to us today. So you know who I am. I'm Dr. Terralon, your board-certified family physician, speaker, author, and career transition coach. I help physicians who are just burned out, and I help them find careers that allow them freedom, flexibility, and financial independence through my coaching programs and through my upcoming book. Yay! I Kiss Clinical Medicine Goodbye. I am so happy. So look out for if you haven't seen it, I have already released my announcement for pre-sales, and my launch is coming next week. So thank you so much for being here. And while you are at it, press like, press share, because we have great information coming your way and this awesome special guest. Again, this is Docs Who Rock. This is a special series featuring docs who are thinking outside the box. They are making medicine work for them. And because you are, most of you are looking for ways to also make medicine work for you, we are bringing you these awesome docs who are showing you how to do that. And Dr. Jarrett is one such doc. I mean, he is a physician executive. He hails from I'll just say from Pennsylvania. I know I'm going to say Philly, but I'm going to get it wrong. And I'll let him tell you a little bit but he's a physician executive. He's just a boss. He does he's a medical advisor. I mean, he wears many hats, and he has a special conference coming up, but I won't talk too much. Dr. Jarrett, I'll let you introduce yourself and I'll let you take it away. Go ahead.
well, thank you so much, Dr. Terralon. This is a wonderful opportunity to be on your show. I'm Dr. Jarrett Patton. I am a board-certified pediatrician and executive career coach, as well as a podcaster and a number of other things. In fact, this weekend, I am hosting a conference in Philadelphia called License to Live. It is aimed at doctors, healthcare professionals, and those looking to change their life, change their career, look at some other things. Come to Philly or get online access. We're having a flash sale today. Coupon code FLASH, licensedtolive.com.
Let me actually put that in the comment section. So you said coupon.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Hold on a second.
I'm ready.
He already has the link on Dr. Terralon has it going on. Let me tell you. That's why when she asked me to come on, I said, I want to be in the place. Dr. Terralon has it going on. And again, I'm happy to be here. Yes, that link, it's ready.
All right. So I just put the coupon code. It's going to show up on the YouTube channel and on Facebook. Both my pages, on the Dr. Terralon page and on my Terralon Canon Knight page. And you said it's FLASH, FLASH.
You got it.
Okay, awesome. And there's the link. And I'll also go back and put it just so they can click on it. So thank you so much for being here, because we both share a passion for coaching physicians who are looking for other avenues to serve, to use their skills in medicine. I read in your bio, I love the way you put it. Physicians who are disenfranchised, disgruntled, disengaged. And you know what? It's okay, because we want to save those folks. I mean, we don't want to lose there. We know that we are coming upon a physician shortage, and we don't want to lose any more physicians. I mean, we don't want to lose them to other fields or just or altogether. So we want to use their skills in other capacities if we can. So I love that we share that passion. And that's why I love that we can collaborate. And I love that you're having this conference. Now, 15 years ago or so, when I was looking for another way out, and I shouldn't say another way out, another avenue because I was working in a clinic where the resources just weren't there to serve the patients the way that I wanted to, because a lot of times that's what's happened, right? We are expected to serve a lot of people and the resources aren't there to help us, whether it's social work or whether the insurance companies aren't giving us the freedom to practice the way that we need to. Just a plethora of other things that we need. Sometimes it just burns the physicians out. So a lot of times we just need help. And a lot of times coaching is what's needed, right? You just need an accountability partner. You just need a cheerleader to say, here are your options, right? So Dr. Jarrett, tell me, how do you help physicians in your day-to-day life get over that hurdle of being disgruntled or being disengaged?
There is no reason that someone should be dissatisfied, disgruntled, disenfranchised with their career. There's absolutely no reason. The problem is the system sets us up to think there's only one way that a doctor should practice. And they train us coming through residency, coming through medical school. Your job is to work in hospitals and do what the administrators tell you. Well, that's the one side that we see going through our training. So naturally, we feel that that's where we need to be when we get out. And I went on that same career path myself. And it wasn't until I had a life-altering event that actually made me change and say, maybe there is something else I can do. Maybe I don't need to be a hospital administrator. Maybe I can do things outside of the hospital, which makes a tremendous difference, because then you get the control back. You get the power back. You get to live your life the way you want to live your life without anyone telling you how to do it otherwise. And through my programs and my books, there's a number of ways that I try to help people realize that, okay, if you like academics, there's a way to stay in academics and be happy. If you chose the wrong specialty for yourself and it's not for you, well, then you don't need to do that. But there's such a deep level of talent, skills, inherent values that you learn, not only by being a physician, but going through that entire training process. They can be transferable to almost anything.
I love that. And I love the speakers that you have lined up. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited that I'm going to be attending the conference. I read the bios. I'm going to let you tell us about them, but I got so excited, and I love the talent that you found. So I'm going to start with Dr. Centrell Crawford. You have a psychiatrist who's also a filmmaker. How exciting is that? I love it when people are thinking outside the box. And I'm just going to go over a little bit, but you can go deeper. Dr. Nee Darko, who has done great work in Ghana, but he's a surgeon and a podcaster. So guys, I mean, like and share this. You never know who will want to hear about these speakers. And I think we forgot to mention, Dr. Jarrett, that people don't have to attend in person. They can attend it virtually, right?
Absolutely. This is Dr. Terralon, thanks for bringing that up. As much as we were tired of the pandemic, as much as we were tired of doing virtual events, we said we're going to break free. It's going to probably be pretty safe. Most healthcare workers have been vaccinated, and we may be able to have this in-person event. And actually, we plan to have an entirely in-person event. However, COVID is different in different parts of the country. Some people weren't ready to travel quite yet. And they said, please, can you bring a virtual option to us? And yes, we pulled together a virtual option that if you go to the webpage licensedtolive.com, that's licensedtolive.com, you can choose either the in-person event where there's only a few seats left in person. The place is packed. There's only a few seats left. Or you can get the virtual option, watch from your vacation, watch while you're in call in the hospital, and really get inspired to do something different.
Oh, look. So, Dr. Jarrett, I will tell you, hi, Dr. Charlotte. Dr. Charlotte, everybody, is an ophthalmologist, one of my favorite ophthalmologists out of Texas. So, Dr. Charlotte says, preach, speak. I want to come virtually. So, Dr. Charlotte, just in case you missed the coupon code, Dr. Jarrett said to go in and put FLASH, FLASH. He's having a sale. And that's the coupon code to put in to attend virtually. And there's supposed to be a deep discount, which I'm kind of salty about that I've missed the sale. So I'm just gonna put that out there, but that's okay. But the coupon code is FLASH, FLASH, Dr. Charlotte. So anyway. Let's go on about the speakers. So there's Dr. Carol, who is a dancer and family physician and coach. And I don't know, she wears so many hats. I've had the pleasure of being coached by her. She's amazing. Dr. Donna, who pivoted to non-clinical. I mean, she was teaching burnout and wellness to physicians, and not just physicians, but others before burnout was really named burnout. I mean, I think she's amazing, and she's a pediatrician. So I think she's just brilliant. I think she's brilliant. So those are just some of the people that I know you have on your docket, but I'll let you, I mean, I'm talking about it more than you. I'm just excited. So I'll let you talk.
I'm excited too. I literally am, Dr. Terralon, to see you and all of those people coming from coast to coast, coming into Philadelphia, and those joining virtually. It's going to be a great event. We also have Dr. Marion Mass. She is an advocate. She is a pediatrician, and she's just going to be talking about balancing motherhood, balancing advocacy, and being a physician. Because this is one of the things we don't do very well as physicians. We don't advocate for ourselves, which leaves us unhappy in our jobs and our positions. And that's why Dr. Terralon is here to help you. We also have Dr. John Jarrett. He is also a non-clinical doctor. He started the Non-Clinical Careers Academy. He's going to teach you a bunch of things about how to get non-clinical jobs and where those non-clinical jobs will lead you to. Followed up by Dr. Stephanie ICU, Dr. Stephanie Freeman herself. She is coming into town. She's, I think she's currently in Texas, but she was on a locums assignment out in Alaska the week before. She's literally all over the country, but she's coming to Philadelphia live because she's going to teach people about how to get their locums career together. And then followed up in the afternoon after a great lunch, we get everybody taken care of. We will get into Dr. Donna, who you mentioned. She'll be talking about trauma in the workplace. I'll be talking about resilience. We'll have Dr. Bonzo Reddick. He'll be talking about how to specialize your career into a field which you enjoy and still work in a hospital. And hey, if you've ever wanted to write a book, Ty Davis. She is the founder and CEO of Publish Your Gift Publishing Company, and she's going to tell you how to do that. So we have a wonderful lineup of people, including all the people Dr. Terralon mentioned, that will really give you some skills, give you some tools to really change your life right now.
Well, let's see. Dr. Charlotte said, that's my call weekend. Well, you know what, Dr. Charlotte, I hope you can still make it. We don't like excuses. I'm sure we're going to be started. We're going to talk about mindset somewhere in there. So I hope you can make a couple of sessions.
Right. You can just go do your rounds like this, Dr. Charlotte. I think that's the best thing because we'll be right on your phone.
Oh, she said she's getting her ticket. I was about to get on her. I was going to be like, how many ophthalmological emergencies are there on call? Like, what's an eye doctor's call? Let me stop. Thank you, Dr. Charlotte. So Dr. Charlotte's coming. Yay, I love Dr. Charlotte. She's the best. She's so sweet. She's getting her ticket. Yay, Dr. Charlotte's coming.
Can't wait to see you.
Yay. So thanks so much, Dr. Jarrett, for thanks for this lineup. And I say thank you for the bottom of my heart, because all of this wasn't available when I was looking for options. I mean, it was almost taboo to talk about. It was almost shameful to say, you know what? I don't think that I want to do this anymore. Or it was very scary to talk about, because you didn't want anyone to think that, you have this high calling to take care of people. You have all of this medical school debt. You've gone to school for so long, and it's almost shameful to talk about it. You've suddenly gotten into this profession and you feel like you've chosen the wrong thing, and you have your family counting on you. There's so many pressures that doctors face if they suddenly question the path that they've taken. And so a lot of people, and then that's when, so many docs get into burnout, and then their mental health. And then we have these, and then there's that added pressure on top when you're trying to take care of patients. And we know that, and it's not that we don't want to take care of patients. We always want to do the best, but we want to make sure that we're doing it correctly. We want to make sure that we are well, and we want to make sure that we're we're doing the right path. So I love it that you're making sure, one, we're in the right specialty, we're in the right job, we're in the right career. Sometimes it's just being in the right facility. I mean, sometimes we just don't know. There's so many factors that, that you have to make sure fit together so that we are, doing our jobs correctly. So, and it's just a matter of figuring it out. And sometimes we just need a little help doing that. So.
It takes a little bit of help, and it really takes you to open your mind, because we have such a narrow focus sometimes. And I was one of those people. As I worked as a pediatrician, very hard being a medical director. I rose to being division chief of general pediatrics. I even sat on the board of an 8-hospital system and oversaw 1,500 doctors. I've seen it from the ground level and from the highest levels. And the way that system is set up, it's just set up so people just keep marching. They don't ask questions, even if you're unhappy. And all we're trying to say is, if you feel like you're not in the right place, listen to that voice and maybe just explore a little bit. It's that simple.
I think the other thing that I certainly learned is that we can use advocates in all spaces. So I love that you say be open, because once I entertained leaving the clinical space and moving to the other side, and just doing some, actually what people used to call the dark side. I don't know if people still do that. I don't listen to those voices anymore. I actually learned the business of medicine and learned the quote unquote insurance side. Then I discovered that I was a better advocate for my patients, because we needed doctors on that side to say, no, this patient needs this procedure. Because a lot of times you have people in suits who have never touched a patient, who have never walked a mile in a doctor's shoes, or even sometimes I was able to draw from my own experience as a caregiver, as a mother, as a person of color, to say, absolutely not. This needs to happen. This policy may say X, but there are other extenuating factors that need to be considered. And this may actually help your bottom line if you consider these factors, and people will listen because you have that shared experience. And so, it became very important to me that I advocate as a person of color for other, and I found that my reach was far greater for people of color, because I could say, you don't have this experience, but I certainly do. And so that became very empowering for me. So that, I've learned a lot in that way. So I think that as we educate more people about their options and open their mind, then I think we are doing our communities and our colleagues a great service. So I thank you for this great lineup to show people that there are options. I just think we need to continue to educate our colleagues in our communities that, hey, it's okay. It's okay to pivot.
It absolutely is okay, because at the most basic level, you have to do what's right for you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're taking care of thousands of people out there, you have to do what's right for you. And if something's not working, you need to seek something different. And the community is excited about it. We actually were interviewed at the Philadelphia Tribune just the other day, got some good press coverage because they're like, we can't believe that there are doctors trying to look out for other doctors that will ultimately help down to the patient level. It may be somebody needs to take their skill set and go to a different place, as Dr. Terralon said. It could be that you can take your talents and reach a greater amount of people by getting yourself where you're supposed to be. Instead of just being kind of put in a position, you actually place yourself in the right position.
So I have another question for you. How do you think what's your experience, or how do you think the pandemic has really shined a light on this issue?
It certainly has shined a light on this issue because some people have kind of that unpleasant encounter somewhere within healthcare that kind of wakes them up to saying there may be something nefarious here. There may be something that's not quite kosher, but most people sail through and they're going into their job every day. They're taking care of the patients the best way they know how. They may not be satisfied. They may not be happy, but they continue to go on. And that's what the system really takes. Now, with this COVID pandemic, it has changed the job market entirely. Being a physician was often one of the most job secure positions you could really have. But all of a sudden, the healthcare world gets turned upside down. And now you may be forced to work in unsafe conditions. So now you're being not only unsafe for yourself, but potentially exposing your family to something different. That was number one. That happened in a lot of places where there weren't PPE, there weren't this. And then the message was clear. I don't care. You need to show up to work anyway if you want this job, and you're going to have to work in whatever conditions there are. So some people started to wake up when they saw that thing. Other people started to wake up during the pandemic when things got so bad in some of these systems. Well, we need to shut down. We don't need all these doctors anymore. And doctors were being laid off and fired and positions eliminated, unlike anything that we've had in recent history for physicians, because usually that's an extremely secure job. So then people were finding themselves suddenly without a job and maybe scrambling to get a position somewhere else that may not have been a good fit for them either. So those are the two major things that I saw coming out of the COVID pandemic. One, being abused directly and sometimes obnoxiously on the job. And number two, just not having that job at all. And so I saw a lot of that happening. And for those people that experienced that, it helped them wake up a little bit and said, maybe I need to do something for myself, at the very least to make me more marketable for another position somewhere else. But at the most, maybe I just completely changed my lifestyle.
Wow. Well, I can't wait. It sounds like it's going to be a great experience. I can't wait for all of the information to be shared. I can't wait for all of the networking, all the great speakers to share their knowledge. It just seems like it's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend. So do you have any closing comments while I just check to see if there are any questions, Dr. Jarrett?
All I want to say is that there are people out here willing to help. And if you are finding yourself very difficult to get out of your car, and I have several clients myself that we actually have our call on the way to their job, and they're on the West Coast. And a few of them will sit there in that parking lot and they're not quite ready to go face whatever they have to face that day. And if you feel like you're one of those people, that's when you need to reach out to Dr. Terralon. That's when you need to reach out for a little bit of help, because that is what is going to help give you a larger vision, not only for maybe what that means for your career, but what it means for your entire life. So there's no reason for you to struggle. There's no reason for you to feel bad. It's something we're not taught to do often, but the key is ask for help.
Well, I think that's well said, Dr. Jarrett. Again, amazing lineup. I can't wait for the conference. If there are any other questions that come through, I will certainly shoot them your way. I will be there in full effect in Philly. Guys, the website is Licensed to Live, the conference. You can go to Dr. Jarrett's website. It's scrolling across. I'll post it again. One other major announcement, I'm just going to put it here. My book is available for pre-sale. It's here. It's called I Kissed Clinical Medicine Goodbye. The live launch will be next week, and there will be another announcement posted on my page. So thank you so much. You can go to the website that's scrolling, and again, that will be posted as well. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm Dr. Terralon, your board certified family physician, speaker, author, and career coach. Through my coaching programs and my upcoming book, I help physicians, medical professionals, and anybody else who wants to listen find careers that allow them freedom, flexibility, and financial independence. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Dr. Terralon. That's DrTerralon. Like and share this. If you missed it, please go back and hit replay. This is the Docs Who Rock series. I had Dr. Brandy on last night, so please go back and listen to that one as well. Thank you guys for sharing your time with me. And this has been my time with Dr. Jarrett tonight. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Jarrett. I'll see you this weekend.
Can't wait to see you. Thanks for having me on. We will continue this discussion in Philadelphia.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Everybody, good night and be well.